Could a single medieval warrior, armed with nothing but skill and a crossbow, stand against an army of 2,000 elite Zulu warriors? It sounds like a fantasy, a ludicrous mismatch of eras and might. But what if the warrior wasn't just any warrior? What if he possessed unmatched precision, tactical genius, and an arsenal of cunning traps? Meet Kale, a man out of time, a ghost in the shadows. His weathered face told tales of countless battles. He found himself stranded far from his own world in a land of scorching sun and endless savanna. This wasn't just a hunting tool. It was an instrument of war, meticulously maintained, each bolt a deadly projectile. Kale's mission, or rather his predicament, began subtly. He was tracking something vital, leading him deep into uncharted territory. He'd been warned of the indigenous tribes, their legendary ferocity, disciplined formations, and overwhelming numbers. He dismissed the warnings, confident in his stealth and superior ranged weapon. Distance, he believed, was his ultimate shield. Then the drumming started. A rhythmic, earth-shaking beat vibrated through the very ground beneath his feet. Kale climbed a rocky outcrop, his heart pounding a different rhythm now. What he saw defied belief. Below him, stretching across the dusty plains, was an army. Thousands of warriors, their shields gleaming under the sun. The Zulu Impis, legendary for their buffalo horn formation, were on the march. Their war cries were a primal symphony. Kale's jaw tightened. He had miscalculated badly, not just a hunting party, but an entire kraal on the move. There was no escape now. They were too many, too fast, and his retreat was cut off by a winding river. He checked his quiver, counting the precious few bolts. Each one represented a life, a desperate hope. The lead warriors had spotted him. A ripple of shouts, then a unified roar echoed across the vast landscape. 2,000 against 1. The odds were impossible, yet Kale had faced impossible odds before. Kale raised his crossbow, the thrum of the string cutting through the rising war cries. His first bolt flew true, felling a lead warrior instantly. The sudden, silent death momentarily stunned the charging ranks, a tiny pause in the overwhelming tide. He reloaded with practiced speed, another bolt finding its mark with brutal efficiency. The Zulus faltered, confused by this invisible, deadly force. Kale didn't aim for glory. He aimed for disruption. Each shot was a calculated strike. The river, his supposed prison, now offered a fleeting advantage. He plunged into the shallow current, using the water to obscure his movements. From the riverbank, he continued his deadly work, forcing the warriors to spread out. Their short spears were useless at this unexpected range. He moved like a ghost through the reeds, a silent hunter against an army. Panic began to ripple through the front lines as more warriors fell, seemingly from nowhere. This was no ordinary foe, but a shadow. A veteran Induna, recognizing the unique threat, rallied his men, directing them to flank Kale and cut off his escape route along the river. Kale saw the pincer movement forming. His precious bolts were dwindling rapidly, and the sheer numbers were beginning to overwhelm his tactical advantage. With a desperate surge, he fired his last remaining bolts, creating a momentary gap. This was his final chance, his one shot at survival. He scrambled up a steep, rocky embankment, the Zulus close on his heels.